Нет. Что там у нас? Преступление в галерее, да? Сейчас загрузимся, посмотрим, что там. Пригласил в галерее, да. Находится в караван-сарае. Текс. Девка, женщина, чем? Так. Может, мне босс? Так. Может, попроще костюм взять. Этот костюм дорогой, походу. И со мной никто не хочет общаться. А мы простой не...
Oriental rugs at a good price.
Don't miss out. Let's pick something that suits you.
Простой не дашь, да, мне костюм? Вот этот надо, блин, он мне не дает его. Купить не дает. Прокат не дает. Мне денег не хватает. Что делать? Как мне заработать? И продать ничего не могу, да?
Don't leave. Take one more look.
Попробуем, может там баг вчера был, поговалось. Еще так пошли уже.
Excuse me, just one question. I'm too tired right now. Leave us alone. May I ask you something? No, I don't think I can help you. You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Где тут столик? Старика нет. Может ты... Ага, давай так.
Do you know anything about this?
Yes, Fred. Let me explain.
Нагодимся. Ну их можно найти в лагере беженцев. Мостом Виктория, между Скаладио и Северсом. Я нашел! Намартин, привет. Я нашел отгадку. Так. Так, представители народа между Скаладио и Сильверстоном в лагере беженцев. Их можно найти в лагере беженцев. Скаладио, Сильверстон, Скаладио. Ух ты, блин, нифига себе где. И какой мост? Либо вот это, либо вот. Как дела? Да так себе. Скрываемый. Беженцев под мостом. А, под мостом Виктории. Мост Виктории. Базар. Вот это какой мост? Мост Роллинг. Мост Виктория. А, все вон сюда. Так, можно отдохнуть, поиграть. Вот это. Поразгадывать. Блин, а мне что-то не нравится. Как-то это. Прогружаются текстуры, прям как что-то. Странно, блин. Под мостом Виктория. Может, мне надо было переодеться? Вчера на стриме вкрадись, последний босс остался, стрим вылетел, блин. А мне сегодня это, короче, видос забанили. YouTube красным сделал. Это Сентрол, короче. Там какая-то музыка была неподходящая. И все, меня забанили. Под мостом. Так, ну вот он мост, да? А как на теперь? Новое место для быстрого перемещения. Так, мост Виктория. Вот же он, да? Вот он, мост Виктория. Под мостом. А как под мост попасть?
Did you hear? Another sailor's drowned on the beach. What an idiot.
Потерянные товары. Видел призрака. Можно. Гавань? Нет. Блин, всякая ерунда. Угу. Ты относишься к моему делу, интересно? Пусть почему утонул. Ищите среди пустой болтовни важные слова. Утонул матрос. Сирена. Блин, не надо. Гавань? Нет. Нет. На побережье далеко от кладбища, на спитонувшем веках. Очень много сирена. Ну блин, это новое дело какое-то. Как перепрыгивать? Надо мне туда вот. Как я туда попаду? Вниз. Жди, блин, а как мне под мост попасть? С этой стороны.
Does this poster truly claim that Cordona has a ghost?
Да какой он призрак, мне надо найти это. Под мостом. Это лагерь беженцев. С чем туда пошел? Вообще не доходя этого моста. Может спросить у этого, блин.
Help me, please.
No, sir. I've never heard of it.
Beasts!
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think I know.
Кто-то нашел. Ну все, лагерь
They're
беженцев.
completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
Drop them all into the sea! Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorised. I can't let you in.
And you are?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
Бледные мешки благодаря народу в темном кабинете. Дед по погоде хочет выглядеть авторитетно. Задание влажное, волнуется, потеет. Что тут еще есть? Поиск казаться старше, редкие все. Еще что есть. Сидячий образ жизни, обувь чистая. Летний полугодие, хочешь выглядеть? Рональд Харлок, бледный молодой человек, которому губернатор поручил следить за порядком в лагере. Задание ему не по душе. Он остается на совесть, четко соблюдает правила. Знакомый. Тенем трудно, вот казаться старше, служить ингибусы. Давай свой рад, что мы начали надевать на что казаться старше, служить ингибусы. А фиг его знает. Может вот этот.
The people in the crowd are shouting about a murder in the camp. Are you trying to hide it?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
If it was under control, if there was no dead body, you wouldn't be as nervous as you are. You would be sitting in your cosy dark corner of a City Hall room doing nothing as usual. Yet, you're here, trying to deal with a series of problems you never asked for.
These insults are inappropriate. You don't know what I'm doing for this camp. Even though the rest of City Hall doesn't give a bloody squat about the refugees, maybe I didn't want to be assigned to this camp. But I'm trying to do my best for these people. If not for my work, they might not have any shelter or food even.
I apologise, Mr. Harlow. Perhaps I was prejudiced towards you, but in any case, I'm sure that you would still want this to be over as quickly as possible. The current reality is that neither you nor the police are managing things well here. You are unable to calm the crowd. You have simply never handled a situation like this before.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I'm looking for a young refugee woman. She must be inside the camp. She's with child or was with child recently. Help me find her, and I'll help you deduce what really happened here.
You may indeed be quite a perceptive fellow, but I still don't see how you can help me here.
Just tell the police I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest. Trust me. But first, you'll find my witness.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time. but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every city hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here are on City Hall's behalf too.
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Так, глаз я забыл. Что такое глаз? А, глаз.
Murder! Beasts!
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Ты что ли
Who
принцесса?
the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mould. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Так, улики найдены. Это же глаз, да, по-моему, вот эта фигня должна быть.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently. A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
Третья, четвертая. Восьмая, нихера себе.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. A man's footprint. Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. Someone was dragged against their will. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Так, поискать в лагере все необходимо.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. Malpal, soaked with salt water. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A steel dirk, sharp, a common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something?
Тут уже нечего рассмотреть. Что-то я не могу найти. Должно быть одного века. Ё-моё, что тут осталось-то? То что не вижу? Что не вижу-то? Можно двигать.
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping, John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
If they find out about the passage, everything. If they find out about the passage.
I was being very stealthy, Sherlock, and you threw it all away. Come on, pull yourself together.
If they find out about the passage.
Да блин, я не тут делаю. Блин, вниз надо. Не подходит ничего.
If they find out about the... Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
Do you know anything about this? Don't distract me. I can't help you.
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
Где тряпки на какие-то найти? Где я только не могу найти?
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
No one deserves to end up in a place like this.
Could you help me? Do I look like a fellow who has all the answers? No.
You still here?
I'll just look around and do my paperwork. You won't even notice me.
I wish. You still here?
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads. I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads. I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads.
Где мне взять это? Сосредоточие. А мы вот это не смотрели фигурику.
Clearly a left handprint here. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place? Nausea and stomach pain is not what he needs now. I can use this to stop the infection from spreading.
Где у меня тряпка здесь? Ну, тряпка.
Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound. I'll use it to create a solution. I've plated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution. Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Do I look like a fellow who has all the answers? No.
А что надо приготовить что-то? Что? О,
Thank you. This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Так, что у нас тут осталось еще? А, вот лестница.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs. Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates. It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
Привет, Алекс Плейт. Спасибо, ваш личный инспектор. Как он туда попал? Маму. Не могу найти. Так, а может вообще не здесь был? Может вообще вот здесь лежит.
Roadman cigarettes, a brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads.
Так, а полицейские почти, да? Так, тут что? Так, здесь сломано, да. А что здесь сломано? Бежал, что ли? Бежал, споткнулся.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Ну это, блядь, пипец будет сейчас, ну. Кого-то тащили силы. Надо вот.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Да я охерею, короче, здесь. Чего?
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Ему это было не нужно.
You still here?
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened here.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. Maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts. It's sad, but coming up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that. Anyway, speak to the supervisor. I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say.
Так просто называется.
Back off.
А чё не пускают? А, ну может что-то договорился.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him, and judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clerk can make any difference in this place?
Я задолбался уже ходить в этой одежде 20.
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
Hello, Nayla?
ДДР 2, привет.
My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people?
Christ, Sherlock.
Naylor, I'm
Короче, что-то зафризил, да?
I'm sorry.
На стрим.
I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best.
Так, что у меня там со стримом-то? Какая-то херня творится. Ничего не качается мне там, блядь. Не? Ну, сейчас восстановилось вроде, блядь. Угу, восстановилось, блядь. Опять запрыгал, блядь. Не, что-то, блядь. Да. Так, что за машина оказалась случайно?
John, by a long shot.
5 штуки разом.
Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac.
At least some of your kind have a hat.
Still catch him.
Thank you again.
You still here? I've already told you all I've learned.
Что это такое?
I'll just look around and do my paperwork. You won't even notice me.
I wish. You still here?
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumours, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right?
Это надо мне искать в редакции, да? В архивах. Теорики, наверное. Так, мне надо...
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
Are you able to help me?
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Ну ладно, пошли в архивы лазить. Надо вычислиться, да? Ребят. Так, ратушу кордон, а где-то фото забыл. Здесь, да?
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
У меня один показывает. Роман просит привет. Что один показывает? Работает и познает, я знаю это.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was
блин.
wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith
Что-то у
in
меня,
humanity.
подожди,
I had
лагает,
hoped that you
начал
would hear her
стрим, да?
scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it
Сейчас
appears that more and more people in the
выровнять.
city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and
Что-то
very
походу
soon they will
грузится,
squeeze
что
you.
ли?
It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr...
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in
Сейчас
your
посмотрю,
mouth,
что там
Mr.
происходит.
Where are
Что
my
за фигня?
manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordon on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Сейчас я посмотрю, что-то там у меня это грузится. Есть ветер. Вечер задач. Что он может сеть так напрягать? Что такое? Что? Почему? Да я не знаю, херня какая-то. Что-то качается, что ли? Ну попробую сейчас перезагрузить, может быть, компьютер, что ли. Как мне отсюда выйти? Чем подлагивает? Не, что за, бля, все равно пошло, все равно, да? Все равно. Не знаю, что-то с нетом. Что случилось, я не знаю. С интернетом или с чем там, блин, говно какое-то. Ладно. Странно, как-то он работает, блин. Интернет давно. Очень давно. Ну ладно. Что-то ничего не могу поделать с этим интернетом. Все прыгает, прыгает, битрейт, прыгает, прыгает. Ладно, попозже запустим. Не, он, блин, падает. Че ты говно? Ладно.